We have breaking news right now. The CHP chasing two people on a motorcycle with no plates.
Our Desmond Shaw is overhead in SkyCal. And Desmond, this started in Covina, right? And then became a CHP pursuit.
That's right. CHP is in pursuit, but it started with Covina. It was all because of no plates. Two people on the back of this bike. This is so dangerous as we're southbound on the 101 right now. Just came into Hollywood at Hollywood Boulevard and turned back around. Unfortunately for us, because of the Dodger flight restriction, this is going to get really complicated for us. We were trying to follow it into downtown, but then we had to go all the way around. And right as we got overhead, now he's headed back into that flight restricted area. So just seems to be driving as recklessly as possible with the hopes that CHP will abandon this, but that has not been the case. You see they have the spotlight overhead. I believe that it may be LA County Sheriff's deputies, helicopter, yes, Sheriff 24 overhead. CHP on the ground. They've been pretty aggressive with trying to keep up with this. You know, sometimes they let these go, other times they don't. And I mean, we've got someone who is really gambling with their life here. Look at this, over 100 miles an hour. Even at this late hour, you've got quite a bit of traffic on the 101 here as they head back towards downtown LA. So we'll try to keep up with this one and see what their end game is to get away from the police. But really, really dangerous speeds here as we leave Hollywood now southbound on the 101.
And this
Susie and Rudebeck.
And this person not only gambling with one person's life, but two. You know, we've got someone on the back of this thing, and you wonder, you know, how this all came about. I mean, if we're just talking about no plates, that can't be the reason why they're running from police officers or running in the first place from law enforcement, if that was the only reason why. So it makes you wonder what else is going on here.
Yeah, and they were on the 101 and got off around downtown, right, and then got back on the 101 and driving very erratically at very high speeds and nearly missing multiple cars on the freeway there.
Yeah, and you might notice that our shot is kind of far away, and Desmond has to take this shot because of flight restricted area that he's flying over right now. We have to stay at a certain altitude, not to mess with the flight restrictions, so we want to make sure that we adhere to that. But we're going to continue to follow this pursuit just as closely as we can. Please, Desmond, go ahead.
No, you're correct there, Susie. This, we have to basically stay 3 miles away from Dodger Stadium right now. We can't get over the top of it because then it interferes with LAX's flight path. So obviously not a problem here for the authorities keeping up with the pursuit. So we can show you the helicopter right there. And they still seem to have a pretty good visual of this one as it continues back into downtown. Just see the flicker there of their night sun. So southbound 101 coming back towards the 4-level and downtown LA. I would have thought that the bike would have gone into downtown to begin with. And when they came into Hollywood, they slowed way down. And I was kind of, well, maybe they ran out of gas because, you know, that's another thing is if you want to roll the dice like this on a motorcycle and go this fast, plus when you have two people, that doubles the weight and the drag. You're not going to be able to run for very long at that kind of high speed. And if CHP wants to keep up with it, they will, and you're going to end up in handcuffs the moment that you run out of gas. What you can see here is we're coming around the south side of downtown. We're going to lose that shot for a little bit, give you at least a little bit of a beauty shot of our gorgeous skyline here. There you can see the lights there from Dodger Stadium. So the issue is as well, even though the game is over, the flight restriction lasts for an hour until after the game is over. So kind of, you know, frustrating for us, but they are coming back. I have to try to reacquire the helicopter and see if they're just going to fly back through downtown LA, maybe head back to the San Gabriel Valley where this one began. So in downtown behind some of the tall buildings here at the moment. Let me just see if I can reacquire this for you.
Yeah, really surprising, as Desmond was pointing out earlier, to see that the CHP ground units were so close to actually chasing this individual, because as often as we see motorcycle pursuits sort of being relinquished, and you know they give up on them because they say, you know, we'll catch up to this person later. It's just not worth it because of the fact that they have to travel at such high speeds to keep up with them. And so, you know, when you have the air unit, that's what you're usually primarily looking at, you know, and they kind of call the shots for those ground units wherever they are later on. But it looks like they want to stay with this one for whatever reason that it is.
Yeah, and the motorcycle now on the southbound 110, just passing the 101. So we're looking at this shot, wide shot from downtown LA, but it also gives you perspective as to all the places this motorcycle driver with this passenger on the back can go. The freeways, he's been on multiple freeways so far, exited, gotten back on at very high speeds, and you see the people out and about there, especially those coming from the game.
It's true, and especially on a motorcycle, it is a different chase for officers, especially in vehicles. They will never chase with motorcycles. So that is one thing that they cannot do. So with a car chasing a motorcycle, that motorcycle can go through an alleyway. That car may not be able to go as fast as that motorcycle, perhaps. And so oftentimes we see them losing motorcycle chases, but for whatever reason, this is something that they want to stay on.
That's a really good point. And I just think about the person on the back, if that person wants to be there, what the circumstances and what else is going on, as you mentioned earlier, why they gave chase in the first place. So
Desmond, does it look like they're on the freeway still? Do you have any idea where they might be?
They went northbound on Figueroa away from 9th, so that's right in, again, and all of downtown LA is in that flight-restricted area whenever there's a Dodger game at Chavez Ravine. So we've still got about 20, 25 minutes left. Figueroa and 4th here at the moment, so we're not quite able to acquire that. But, Figueroa, too, another super busy street there, even late at night, might have a lot of people out there walking around. Wasn't too far away from LA Live, the convention center, crypto arena as well. So just kind of listening to the radio traffic. But at this point in downtown, it's just as difficult for the helicopter overhead because they're going to be dealing with all of those tall buildings. So if the ground units really want to stay aggressive with it, they're going to have to just to keep tabs on that suspect because it's definitely disadvantaged helicopter once they get into downtown LA. We're hearing northbound Broadway, but it's still in an area that we can't get to. And I'm sure that was part of the calculation of the suspect. I was, like I said earlier, pretty surprised when they went past downtown because we just see so many of these pursuits. Here we go. We have the helicopter there in the distance, but you can still see there on the north side close to the 101 at Broadway, I think. But it's just become a very common thing to, and with a motorcycle as well, so nimble in downtown, plus the buildings that's going to hamper the helicopter, really gives a big advantage to a suspect if they're willing to take that kind of chance. And obviously the suspect is one of those, even with someone on their back. And yeah, I mean, you have to wonder what they're going through right now. Must be pretty frightening to be in a situation where you're running from the police and you're not even in control of, the bike up to triple-digit speeds here. So they're kind of circling the area right here. Still not able to find the motorcycle. We're looking from like 2 miles away here, south of the 10 freeway. But we'll, if this continues and the Dodger restriction ends in about 20-ish minutes, we'll be able to bring a better shot. But right now, the best we've got here is the helicopter trying to find it here on the edge of downtown LA, not too far now from Walt Disney Concert Hall.
Okay, Desmond, thank you. I know you're keeping an eye on that, and we.
All right, we have breaking news. We continue to follow our breaking news. The pursuit of a motorcycle, the CHP in pursuit, the LA County Sheriff's Department overhead with their Arrow and helicopter tonight. And this person wanted for not having license plates on the motorcycle. And there is a passenger on the back as well. And they have been traveling at very high rates of speed. Let's go upstairs now to Desmond Shaw for details. Desmond.
Yeah, Susie, I can't believe this is still going on. This suspect, or suspects, I should say, have ditched the cops twice in downtown. They went to a parking structure, and the police lost them. They went the wrong way in a tunnel, and they lost them. We even heard that the ground units were called off of this, and then the air unit there, sheriff's deputies, spotted them on the 110 at 4th Street, and they continue now. They were just going north 110 into Pasadena. Right when they ran out of freeway at Arroyo, where it jumps off there into downtown Pasadena, they turned right back around and going southbound 110. And so once again, we're going back into the flight-restricted area. I'm just really amazed that this suspect is still going there. They've got to be getting low on gas now. I mean, we've covered a lot of ground from Covina into downtown, then up into Pasadena, now headed back towards downtown LA on the southbound 110. But you can see CHP, they are back in it on the ground, and they have the units overhead as well. LAPD's helicopter is overhead. They may be able to lend some support as well, an extra set of eyes. It sounds like they want to be prepared if the suspects go back into downtown LA, which is kind of what they're doing. But once again, you're seeing our shot kind of getting away from us because we still have the Dodger restricted area for about another 8 minutes. The game was over at 9:58, and so in 8 minutes time, we'll be able to go back in, but we're still kind of outside of the bubble there, 3 miles from around Chavez Ravine from the Dodger flight restricted area. So getting back away from us again, and so we'll just have to kind of see if this continues to go, Susie. But there we go, away again But just incredible the gambles that the suspect is taking and that this is even still going on at all. Really not sure why, especially when it seems like they could have gotten away. Maybe didn't want to lose that bike. If it's a pretty nice bike, I'm not sure. But going underneath the 5 freeway now, back into downtown LA. So we'll keep tabs on it from a distance, Susie. I guess that's all I can say right now.
I mean, there is no plates on this motorcycle, and the reason why the police in Covina first started chasing this motorcycle, but then Rudabeh, it makes you wonder, why do they continue to chase this person if it's only over stolen plates? So often we see them give these up and say, you know what, we'll catch up with them when they're later on, when they're not driving so recklessly and they're posing such a big danger to the public.
Yeah, and this has been going on, for about an hour now, and on and off the freeway, the 101, the 110, through downtown Hollywood. It started in Covina, so putting a lot of people in danger, especially the person on the back of that motorcycle.
Oh my goodness. I mean, you can only imagine. We've been talking about what that person must be thinking, whether they're in, on this or not. Were they voluntarily, on the back, or were they forced to stay on the back? Did they, say, hey, drop me off somewhere, during the course of this thing? But as Desmond was talking about, this person, we left you for just a few minutes to go to sports because of the fact that there is a flight restriction area that Desmond has to adhere to, as do other helicopters. And that's why you're seeing the shot from so far away right now. But this person, it's almost as if they know that is what they should be doing to avoid these cameras, because they're going back and forth into that flight restricted area at the Dodger Stadium, from the Dodgers game tonight. And as Desmond was talking about, we've got just a couple more minutes into that flight restriction. But it's almost as if they're knowledgeable about that and they go back and forth so that they can lose the helicopters.
Yeah, we're taking a look at a recording from earlier with the motorcycle going at very high rates of speed and nearly touching many other cars on the freeway. And you can imagine how much it's going to be, and congested with traffic. We can look at it on the left-hand side of the screen, the live picture right now, and you can see how much traffic is out there, even at this hour, almost 11 p.m.
It's true. And, there's so many things that obviously law enforcement cannot do when we're talking about a motorcycle chase versus a car chase. They can't do a pit maneuver, obviously. They can't bump the back of that car and try to turn it around, or the motorcycle, excuse me. They can't do, they can try spike strips, but that would be extremely dangerous because of the fact that this motorcycle is traveling at such a high rate of speed. And as we know, with spike strips, the law enforcement has to get in front of them somehow and detect some sort of pattern for them to even put those out. And traveling at this high rate of speed that they've been going on the freeway, it's really almost impossible to do that. But boy, they are flying, they were flying earlier, and I know they're flying right now, as we saw just moments ago. But as we take you through this area of downtown where we thought that they might get off and get lost in here somewhere perhaps, it's been very tough for the officers on top of this chase and on the ground to keep up.
And this is dangerous even with a car or a truck or a bigger vehicle, an SUV. And you imagine the things that could go wrong with people having no shelter over them, being completely exposed like that, 2 people on the motorcycle and at those rates of speed. So we just hope that a tragedy doesn't unfold.
No, I hope you'll bear with us here as SkyCal gets their bearings here, and we get through this flight restriction area and the flight restriction time. Actually, it's almost over. About an hour after the Dodger Stadium or Dodger game ends is what Desmond tells us. So we have to wait until that time is over. So Desmond, are we almost done with that flight restriction then?
Yeah, almost done here. Just about 3 minutes and until that finally drops off. But the bad news is now we're hearing that the authorities might have lost them again. They were off at James Wood and the 110, so very close to the convention center and the crypto arena. We just heard westbound 6. They might still have them there from the helicopter. So westbound 6, going to be right in maybe 6th and Flower, I think I'm hearing. But it's just crazy. We were talking about that passenger on the back, and I feel like, if they wanted to get off there, there would have been plenty of opportunities at downtown, but they're still on the back. So we'll see how long this goes on, Rudabeh and Susie.
Yeah, we will keep an eye on this. We have more news on CBS Channel 2 at 11.